Well, actually, we are very much concerned about the climate. In the eastern part of this country, you will find that there is a lot of erosion. And in the western part of the country, you find out that most of the trees are being cut down because of people are looking for survival. And in the northern part of the country, heavily being utilized by desert encroachment, and the trees are being cut down. People could not afford other alternatives of firing their own domestic needs. So the environment is directly being affected in that particular area, and we are very much concerned. As a political party who has already been championing the cause of poverty in Nigeria, we find it very, very interesting to elevate the economic standard of every Nigerian so that he can be able to take care of his own immediate environment and the larger one affecting the total generation of the climate. These are our major concerns, and we've put this particular issue in perspective, and it's been working for us. Like, for example, now, the National Conscience Party have drawn up a program of trying to ensure that every member of the party is economically empowered by making sure that he has what he can make for himself and the larger on affecting his own society. By that way, he can be able to take care of his own environment immediately. And by extension, the whole climate is being taken care of.
So poverty in itself as a major cause of climate change. This is what you and many others obviously argue. I think obviously the proof is there as well. So, but does it not mean a fundamental change to the system, the political and economic system, to alleviate, to eradicate poverty?
When a political party that finds itself in power is not interested in the people itself, then there is a problem. But for a political party like ours, which is masses-based oriented, our target is actually the people who constitute almost like 70% of the total population. And when this population is being taken care of economically, then you can be rest assured. I give you a simple example. You go to a rich man's house, you find that it's only a rich man who built a big house with the fortresses around him and building trees around him to make him comfortable. Take a look at a poor man. He is only concerned about what he has as a 3-square meal on his table without thinking about the environment. So imagine if it's the other way around, where the majority of the population who are poor are economically, but at least to a middle class level, then what you will see is green vegetation constituted around the total population of the area, because by the time he's sure that his belly is full, he can be able to take care of his environment. I give you an example of my own state where I come from, in Kano State. In Kano is an old city. In the old city where the emir resides, there are no drainages. They are all embedded into one area, and mosquitoes feast in this particular area. Eventually, it affects the health, and by total explanation, the whole environment is affected. But where they are comfortable, economically empowered, and the environment is being channeled in such a way there are drainages that link into the waterways, what do you expect? A very economically and comfortable environment, and the larger end affect the society. These are the concerns of the National Conscience Party, and we're working very hard towards it.
The philosophy makes sense, but have you had much success so far in applying the philosophy and the ideology?
Of course we have, because right from the beginning, when Chief Gani Fawehinmi actually conceived the idea of all human rights activism forming into a political enclave, the idea is to ensure that the poor people are being taken out of poverty into at least comfortable economic line. This has opened up the minds of the Nigerian people. It is through our struggle that we have almost 53 political parties existing in the country. It was a simple idea that germinated over the years, and now the subconscious mind of every Nigerian is open, where he knows his constitutional right to be able to challenge the government to do the right thing for the people.
What have you found so far here in Doha? Have you found people who agree fundamentally with what you're saying, with your philosophy? What is it also you hope to get out of Doha by being here this 2 weeks of negotiations?
First of all, I would like to commend the government of Doha, first because there is commitment. When there is commitment and the union of purpose by a people, then it translates into building a viable and equitable society. That is the key driving force, what I saw here. And I wish I could transform that into my own country, where there will be a unity of purpose, and eventually we can turn the country around to have something similar or even better than what we saw in Doha. But the fact is that Doha has shown a great deal of level of commitment to the people. You see the people moving comfortably. I look at this conference center, it's awesome. It's built by the people, for the people. And this is what actually democracy is all about. And if you can do that, in every society in this world, that means that we will have not only a comfortable society, we'll have a better society that can be prepared for an unborn children of years to come.